Erie. The BFL recap for the first and the second tournament. First tournament was down in Tanner's Creek, Ohio River. I ended up using, which I lost, it was a rooster tail, the black rooster tail that I ended up losing, that I will definitely have to get some more later on when I get that opportunity, because I will go back to the river, so I'll make sure I'll get some more of those and show those off. Anyway, I got that. I used that, as well as maybe downsize, right? You downsize into smaller things. I did try a buzz bait. I did try a couple of things. Nothing hit, so I caught a short, as you can tell in the video. Caught a short, and then my boater, I think he had he caught one or two. I mean, it was pretty tough. So it's Ohio River, what do you expect, right? So that was pretty much for it. I didn't have anything cross stage. Pretty quiet first tournament. My boater from the first tournament was Steve McCabe.
Swimmers, Stephen McCabe, Tip City, Ohio. Fishing on the boater side, 3 swimmers for the scales, 3 coming in. Wow, 1 pound average, a 1-1 average even. These fish, 3 bass coming in, 3 pounds, 3 ounces. 3 fish, 3 alive for 3-3.
That's enough for a check, right?
Right now, check cut on the co-angler side. Boater side is 310. Way to rub it in. He's like, oh, you almost had it.
So I was pretty excited to get the second tournament underway, which can't complain about that one for sure. Second tournament, Lake Erie, Sandusky, Ohio. I was stoked about that one. I knew I was going to bring drop shot. My boater for the second tournament was David Frick. Great guy, awesome dude. Put us on some largemouth. We stayed largemouth fishing. We didn't go out into the Lake Erie. I ended up doing most of my damage. It was on this particular, it's a Berkeley slobber knocker, and those trailers. That's what I ended up doing some damage on. It's kind of nice. I think I caught the biggest fish off of that slobber knocker. It's the Enigma Atomic 29 cranking series rod. Very nice rod. I kept him pinned all the time on there, except for one time I did not catch one. He was pretty big. It stayed low and it kept running. This one here, I paired it up with the Fitzgerald fishing reel, the VLD 10, fantastic. With this one here is 12 pound P-line. I do the double pincer knot right there. That's how I connected my fluorocarbon to my slobber knocker or chatterbait. I end up giving my boater a mini max. He ended up destroying. It's probably every time we would cast out, as soon as it hit the water and started, boom, fish on, fish on, fish on. So that slobber knocker is the, I believe it's the shad style slobber knocker. And then of course I have the power bait stinger trailer. This is particular the Tennessee shad, like that color. That will be in my arsenal for this upcoming event on Indian Lake. Another one is I had a drop shot. I went to Fin Feather and Fur and bought a new style bait from Reaction Innovation. It was actually the Shimmer Swimmer or something like that. Anyway, it was a drop shot bait. Some swimmers, you can see it on there. I believe it was green pumpkin with black flake. Looked like a bluegill, and I used the drop shot a lot that day. I had my limit, which was shocking. My very first limit I ever got in a tournament from the back of the boat was it came on Lake Erie, and I was hoping there'd be smallmouth mixed into that, but we only went fishing for largemouth. That particular tournament was It was actually a really great tournament. I was super excited for it. Drop shot, it was on something similar to this. I think I took it off, but it was a Phenom rod and reel. This one here is a 611 that I have in my hand. I think I used the 7.2 medium heavy fast action rod, right? And that was paired up, I think, with a loose reel. And then of course on a drop shot, I think I was throwing a 1/4 ounce drop shot weight with the hook. I end up upgrading my hook to a straight chain hook, so that way I can feed it on, and I actually end up catching more fish that way. Stroking the tube, and I tried a goofy tube. I think I got one fish on a tube. I did try spinnerbait. No joy on that. That was pretty much it. There wasn't a whole lot left that I could do to catch fish. All I know is the drop shot was the juice that day. I ended up catching quite a few fish. I ended up calling out. Pretty much stayed in the same spot in the same area. Whenever the current came on, the fish started hitting a lot more. We ended up catching a ton. My arms hurt from getting a net from my boater. And I imagine my boater's arms hurt as well. He did have, and I'm gonna have to I would like to find some for him. He did use a stealth blade, and what he did was he put the trailer on, and I caught a fish, and he went like this and threw it into the water without tying onto his line, and realized it after the fact. I didn't even get the fish. That's how bad it was. So that's the reason why I gave him the Mini Max. It was a Gizzard Chad is what I gave him, and he did pretty decent off of it. But he did a stealth blade. It was a B Height Delight stealth blade up there, clear water. We had probably visibility was about 1.5 feet, 2 feet. Wasn't like super gin clear, probably on like Lake Erie itself, and actually in Canadian waters. But my boater ended up fishing 5 keepers, as you see in the video. 5 keepers. The first set was his, second set was mine. So his 5 keepers were 11 pound, 1 ounce. He finished, I think, 91st. I think Big Bass was his son. His son actually got Big Bass. I think it was 5 pounds, 6 ounces, smallmouth. He went all the way out to Canadian waters. So that was cool. I ended up 10 pounds, 12 ounces, 5 fish, 5 alive.
How about Jason Emery, Urbana, Ohio co-angler? Had a boy out of the back of the boat, get you a good limit of bass. He's got 5 for his work today, coming in at 10 pounds and 12 ounces.
What's the big bass?
Big bass is 4.6. Says I might. Says I might. Nope, no 4.7s in there. David Fricky, or Frick, Hamilton, Ohio, boater with a limit. Had a boy, get you 5 today on a beautiful day. He's got 5 coming in at 11 pounds and an ounce. Thank you, sir.
And I think I finished 56th. Not a bad finish. I was happy to get my limit. So we got to keep this momentum going. So I did a little practice video. That was probably the video before this, depending on when I can get this video out. That video particularly was for Indian Lake. That's our next tournament. I have tied on flipping tube, a frog. I got a spinnerbait on there just in case we get out in some cleaner water and get out in some where there's no grass, or the grass is just barely up. When I'm bring that across the top of the grass. I got a Senko tied on so I can do wacky rig. Obviously I'll have the chatterbait or the slobber knocker on there along with this power stinger. This tournament, I think I'm just gonna I'll have 6 poles, very limited amount of tackle that I'll have. It's gonna be, you know, obviously I'm gonna have a power stinger, I'm gonna have some type of trailer. Obviously I will have this, will put in work the tournament. It's gonna be this spinnerbait with this I love these 6 cent spinnerbaits, so hopefully that'll put in some work for me. I got some Booyah Frogs, Tag Crasher Juniors I'm gonna have tied on. I'm pretty stoked. Let's keep this momentum up. So I appreciate each and every one of you for clicking on the video. Thank you for swinging by. As always, God bless Talons. We are out of here.